Hey guys, today I want to address the difference in love between a man and a woman. And the best way I can explain it is this: it's like we speak two languages to some extent, and it's important to be able to translate certain things correctly. Men like to be satisfied with saying, "You can't understand women anyway." And women think to themselves, "How stupid is he that he doesn't get what I really meant by that?" But that can be traced back to our primal instincts and, roughly speaking, I would say that men approach things more logically and women more emotionally. But if that were all, this would be one hell of a short video, and my goal is to create a deeper understanding among you. So let's take a closer look at the differences. Women are hypergamous. Period. You want the best option for you. In the best case scenario, you are and will remain that. The test of whether you really are that happens permanently, constantly and subconsciously. If you fall through too many congruence tests or fail to live up to the potential she initially saw in you, she will look around for a better partner. The whole thing is driven by her attraction and feelings towards you. She relies on this and can do very little against it herself. In plain language, if the feelings are gone, the woman is gone. In my eyes, this is a good thing. You can't secure someone for yourself just so that you can let yourself go afterwards. If that's your goal, buy a rubber doll, at least you'll only destroy yourself. But we men are completely different. We also have an impulse. But it's more of the simple kind and therefore easier to understand. We care more about appearance, whether the woman is behind us, and also a little bit about whether she adores us. We love that. But this ensures that in contrast to women, we are the real romantics. Kind of a paradox, isn't it? We men love unconditionally. Have you ever seen a woman who has something to offer dating a homeless man? It's very rare, isn't it? If your sexual market value drops, she will eventually leave you due to her hypergamy. Men don't leave their wives because they lose their jobs or their homes. If anything, we leave women for other women. But not because they have a higher status, but because we find them more attractive or exciting. But as long as our girlfriend or wife does not lose her attractiveness, we will not leave her. We will love them. That is, if you look at this whole cycle from the outside, but not one bit better. It is also not to be judged. It is simply a fact. But this tells us that there is a way to understand women as a man, to be able to respond to them better and vice versa. There is this way, and once you understand certain things, you can either make it easier for your existing partner or keep your eyes open better when choosing a partner. That's why I'm explaining all of this to you. Not because I'm condemning any of it. Nature made us this way. It's natural. Men are supposed to produce children, and women have to check if the man by their side can take care of them and if he is strong and healthy. These are things that are not addressed like that nowadays. In my eyes, they don't necessarily have to be. The problem that arises from our perspective today is the weak, fawning males who no longer know how to act towards a woman to create attraction. That if they put themselves at the center of their lives and they take care of themselves, women will come to them all by themselves. Instead, they try it over the dear, nice way back. Of course, this raises the question, are there no real men left nowadays? Serious, autonomous men who know what they want and stand by it. Of course it is difficult with all the feminist movements, and of course there are also extremes that degrade women. But from all this dirt, the term, a real man, should remain untouched. You don't have to manipulate women, belittle them, or anything else that you have to be afraid of nowadays, because it can result in social ostracism. None of this has anything to do with women per se. If you act like an asshole, you are one. It doesn't matter if the act was done towards a woman or a man. Now, why am I getting so carried away here? I want you to accept these gendered characteristics like hypergamy and the inner struggle against your monogamous impulse that you actually desire. Only then can you truly see what is going on in yourself and in others. And only by knowing all the facts can you navigate the best possible outcome for yourself and others. Of course, much is still in the hands of other people. But you, whether you are a woman or a man, must always work on what you can influence yourself and adjust to the circumstances. If this means that you have to understand why women give their feelings priority over you, or men just have to be pushed in front of their head sometimes so that they recognize your true intentions, then so be it. Wake up, don't let your relationships just ripple along and end up wondering why they don't end well. This is also such a topic that you could make hundreds of videos about and deviate on and on. But basically you can break it down to one statement: women are hypergamous and love you based on your potential and how far you take it. Men love unconditionally, are polygamous, and in this day and age are pushed in a monogamous direction, which in itself is fine, but leaves men satisfied and lazy. Everything that follows, like the first time in limerence, are just pheromones that get you high like a junkie. Your behavior towards each other, how you treat each other, how much attention you pay to each other is all based on how men and women are wired. And also how you were brought up. Attachment fears and attachment disorders come from bad experiences. For the most part, these come from childhood, which is why we can't even actively remember them or change them directly. Love is not about changing the other person in our favor. Never commit to a person you think you need to fix before you can have a future together. It's about being there for each other. About fulfilling gender roles and becoming happy yourself through the appropriate polarity. This is a lot of work, and especially ongoing work. Work on yourselves and work to correctly interpret and understand the language of love of the opposite sex. Every relationship that has failed in the history of relationships has failed because from the beginning you didn't see what didn't fit, cue red flags, you didn't translate the language of the other person correctly, or you stopped working on yourself. So learn more about each other and don't settle for what you learned from your parents or from failed relationships. When your car breaks down, you take it straight to the garage. But if you are unhappy in a relationship for 10 years or you go from one breakup to the next, you think to yourself, fall down, get up, fix the crown, move on. You're relying on luck instead of yourselves. That is just stupid. Maybe now you understand a little better how entangled it all is and how far you have to get out of yourself to really see the big picture. Take care and see you in the next video.